Your name is Daniel Fowler.
Yes.
You live at 153 Hague Street. You're involved in the trade dispute, and you're employed by the National Dock Labour Board for the last 9 years.
Yes.
You're claiming on behalf of your wife, Elizabeth, sons Kevin and son Terence. Are there any changes in your circumstances since your last declaration?
No.
No. So, in fact, you received £5.19 last week. There are no changes in your circumstances. Would you sign there for me, please?
I don't know a docker they could knock off for a couple of days willingly and not suffer financially on it. But I know plenty of bosses they can stop off for 12 months.
I think the wife sticks to the husband more. And, you know, times like this, you're inclined to stick to them more, I think. You more or less blame him for everything that's gone wrong, but at the same time, you stick by him, you know.
You've got your own personal position. You've got the question of, you know, cash. You've got the question of kids to feed and clothes to find and rent to find and heat and fuel and all the rest of it. But then you're bombarded from all angles. You've got the press, you've got the television dons telling you why you shouldn't go out on strike. You're really exposed, really out on the limb, and the only thing that you can cling to is your own mates and the objective of what you're fighting for.
It's tearing down.
Oh, I'll go and get the pram then, look.
Okay. What's wrong?
No.
Well, don't be worrying about nothing. We're not worrying. This little fella's not worrying. Don't you worry. Go on.
There's 5 weeks I've been on the stones now. And what do you think I'm going to live on? Fresh air?
OK, well, don't go on me. I'm only doing my job.
I know that. I understand that.
Well, you fellas know the law. When a chap's on strike, the only people he can claim for is his wife and his dependents.
As far as dependents go, as I told you last week, I've been on my own all my life. And as far as that goes, most of the jockeys down the dock now even call me the lonely rabbit.
Well, I'm afraid that's your problem, Mr. Ryan.
So what have I got to do now? Go outside and pick a bit of an old Judy up or a bit of an old sail or something that's going along the road? Ask us to live jolly with me so I can come back and make a claim and get a couple of bob off you people. Well, I'll tell you what, you can stick that.
I don't know. Mr. Murphy, please. Mr. Murphy, are you still claiming for your wife and 5 children?
Yeah.
How old are they?
Oh, look, I told you this last week and the week before.
Now, come on, Mr. Murphy, how old are they?
This Dennis, he's 1.5. Sean, he's 3. Kathy, she's going on 5. And Derek and Peter, they're 6 and 8.
Is your wife working?
Ah, you must be joking.
Well, I don't understand you fellas, honestly. You know, it's beyond me. You got a wife, you got 5 children, and you want to go on strike.
Well, that's the whole reason. It's 5 good reasons why I'm out on strike. Come on, give us me money and let's get out of this house of plenty.
If we can only continue the spirit of solidarity and comradeship that we've had over the last 6.5 weeks. I think I've been connected with strike since, well, actively since 1945, and I don't think that I've ever known one that's been conned on the men themselves. I don't think I remember one.
If you are a strike leader, then to get the respect of the men, you've got to be a good worker. You've got to do the hard graft, because you only gain the respect of the men around you by showing that you're good at your job, and then they'll listen to you. The press come out with the lightning strike and the wildcat strike, but you trace the history of every dispute and you'll find that for perhaps weeks or even months before it's reached that flashpoint, the men have done everything they can to settle the thing peacefully. The strike is the last resort, and anybody who says you can fetch workers out of the drop of the hat doesn't know what they're talking about.
When the last strike was on, the bus conductors were letting the fellas bus load on the buses free, all the way down to the pier head because they couldn't afford it.
We can't.
See you soon,
See you, bud. We can't go on anymore. They haven't budged an inch, and that's
Look,
it.
Joe, I'll put it straight to you. What's the use of going back? You can't go back now. Tell me, name me, one strike where the fellas have gone back. The union said, go back, and we'll negotiate, and they've gone back, and have got what they wanted. Tell me, name one strike like that.
I know, I said the union. Do it through
the union, Joey,
the
are the Employers Protective Association.
I know all about it.
If you're not active on the strike committees, if you're not involved in running the strike, then you just attend strike meetings, you drift back to the house, you sit down, you look at the wall, you read a book, you read a paper, You kick your heels, you wonder when it's going to end. You count your coppers, you wonder how long you're going to carry on. And you just drift, you just spin like a top.
You worry over where the next meal's coming from. That's
Well, you
the
do,
main
like.
thing, isn't it? And then you're wondering what you can pawn next. You've pawned what things you'd have got, like your wedding ring and his watch, if he's lucky to have a watch, like, you know. But that's the main worry, is finding something for the kids to eat and making it go a long way, you know.
Every time I go home, she's got 6 rolls of wallpaper there and the brush shoving in my hands and Pete, that's always in that. You better off at work than that, like.